can get, and I hope the players will oblige on that.
The action has already started. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Yeah, Paulo Dybala. His game's all about control.
Oh, Serie! Denied by an instinctive save.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Akanji. Çalhanoğlu. Kone. Hermoso. Mancini. El Ainawi. It's an inviting looking ball, that. Stefan de Vrij. Bastoni shifted upfield. Cristante. El Ainawi. And here's Dybala. Caresses it through. And he's there to clear it. We've got a corner here. Thuram gets it away. Oh, shooting chance! Dybala. Now it's Dybala. Akanji getting this one clear. Çalhanoğlu. Martinez. And they can counter here. Now it's Thuram. Sucic. DiMarco. Thuram! Just off target.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
El Ainawi. Ndika. Kone. Hermoso. And it's played forward. Ndika. Zaragoza. Strong running down that left flank. Oh, it's played into the area. And that has been cleared. Çalhanoğlu. Sucic. Bastoni forwards and with intent. Mancini gets across to intercept that. Now it's Thuram. Martinez played with finesse. Shot, surely! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Inter really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter.
El Ainawi. Ndika. Kone. Zaragoza. Cristante laid out to the left flank. Kone's cross. De Vrij getting this one clear.
They've certainly set out to cause a problem or two down that left flank. Look, it's the width that's providing this momentum, and they look set to further exploit. Gives the defence a decision to make, whether to go zonal or man-to-man now.
Çalhanoğlu aimful, and Martinez! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Been taken short. DiMarco, now the ball in. Tries to get it clear, and here's Thuram. DiMarco. Dika clears it away. Elainawi. Dybala. That's really well manoeuvred. Bastoni. Calhanoglu. Akanji. Barella. Dimarco. Barella. Thuram. Dimarco. Time to deliver. Defending of the desperate variety. Thuram. Hermoso. Elainawi. El Shaarawy, gently done. Cristante, and that's aimed into the middle.
Well, he had to bide his time a bit there, Peter. Needed more targets to aim at in the box.
Keeper's got good distance on that. Barella. Sucic. Moved on forwards. And he welcomed great chance! Dimarco opts to play it back, and here's... Can he find the finish? Thuram, shot a goal! He's getting it all right!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Dika. Zaragoza. Dika. Hermoso. Cristante. Hermoso. Elainawi. And it's El Shaarawy. Cristante calmly anticipates. Bastoni. Calhanoglu. Sucic. Stefan de Vrij. Barella. Well, that's well seen too. Dika. Kone. Hermoso. Cristante. Dika. Zaragoza. Dika. Zaragoza. Dika. Played out to the right. Laid back in. El Shaarawy is alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Calhanoglu. And here's Thuram. Martinez! Stefan de Vrij. Inter Milan have reclaimed it. Zaragoza. Hermoso. Now then, the ball's come loose. Zaragoza, now he's off and running. Çalhanoğlu. And here's Lautaro Martinez. And here's Thuram. He ran himself into trouble there, free kick given away. Stefan de Vrij. Nice looking ball. Well, that is not the best ball. And he offers an apologetic look.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
He's in plenty of space here. Zaragoza. Sucic, aim forwards. Cristante. Ball's being played in here nice and early.
Yeah, that'll be a test for that defence, but I'd like my players to keep mixing.
And Dybala! Split-second reaction.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Akanji. Sucic. That's really well manoeuvred. That's tidy. And here's Lautaro Martinez. Martinez! That was superb goalkeeping.
Martinez is offering a wry smile there.
And that has been cleared. Bastoni. Kone does really well to win the ball there. He is through here. And they win it back again. Çalhanoğlu. Into Milan, making the ideal start. It is something to build on.
It's been a super start. They've made their intentions clear and they've backed them up.
Oh, great chance! And yes, it's there!
Well, Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
Sucic. And it's played forward. Thuram chasing after it. Kone. Indica. Hermoso. Mancini. Mancini forwards and with intent. El Shaarawy. El Shaarawy crosses. Oh, it's come loose. And the shot's on here. It could be in here. And he's heaved it away. Indica wins the duel this time. Zaragoza providing an outlet on that flank. You can get that clear. It's Cristante. Cristante, gently done. Barella. Alainawi tries to dink it through. That has been knocked clear. Dybala with the short one. Got big! Just a whisker away. Well, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Barella looks to the other side. And he's making progress on the ball. That wasn't the greatest of balls. Alainawi. Kone. Kone shifted upfield. Cristante, oh, that's a clever-looking ball. And he cuts out the supply. Zaragossa's cross. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. It's gone for a throw-in. Cristante. A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. Bastoni, gently done. Kone. Out to the left it goes. Zaragoza. And he's there to clear it. It'll be a throw-in. And it's Cristante. Kone. Zaragoza. That's very neat. There are a few waiting for it. And they've got rid. Kone. Oh, good spread. And here's Dybala, out to the right. Dybala with the cross. Dumfries shifted upfield. And it's DiMarco. Barella. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Akanji. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. And here's DiMarco. DiMarco proves just a little bit too strong. Played into the middle. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. And here's DiMarco. DiMarco climbs up big! Who will be livid with himself? Alainawi. Al-Sharawi. Now it's El Shaarawy. Oh, nicely intercepted. Dumfries. Barella. Svila sends that a long way. El Ainawi. And here's Dybala. Thuram spread out to the left. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. El Shaarawy pings in across. Calhanoglu, aim forwards. Sucic cuts out the pass, and it's played forward. And it's Denzel Dumfries. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Can he spark a counter here? Sucic gets over and intercepts. And here's Lautaro Martinez. And here's Thuram. Dybala. Well timed, excellent interception. That's really well manoeuvred. And here's Lautaro Martinez. Thuram!
Inter, the danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision. They need to sharpen up or it's going to happen again.
And now he has two. Inter Milan go into the lead. El Ainawi has created one goal already. Dybala. El Shaarawy. Here it is, crossed in. Tries to get it clear. And Musso cuts it out. And here's Dovbyk. Dovbyk! Dumfries. Martinez. That's an untidy challenge. Free kick given. Dumfries. He's got away. A lot of... And a chance! Oh, that is rather wayward.
And that's a shame, Peter. Such a great run, but he didn't have that clinical edge.
Musso, Kone, Ndika, moved on forwards. Kone, Ndika, early ball out from the back. Zaragoza, very nicely done. Cristante. El Shaarawy. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other.
Well, welcome to the modern game. You get hounded as soon as you get the ball. You can't take time like that.
El Ainawi. And Musso forwards and with intent. Dybala. And Musso. Kone. Now who's going to be first to this? Mancini, and it's played forward. El Shaarawy looks to get on the end of this. Now it's Thuram. Barella, that's really well manoeuvred. And Two up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
So the lead now is 2.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
Kone. Inter Milan have hit a quick-fire double here and are firmly in control at 3-1. El Shaarawy. Oh, great defending, that needed doing. DiMarco, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with.
El Shaarawy. El Shaarawy has overhit it. DiMarco. Akanji. Aim forwards. It's an exciting looking ball, that. El Mancini. And it's El Shaarawy. Great defending, strong and determined. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Thuram. Barella. Sucic does really well to win the ball there. Zaragoza. El Mancini. It's a lovely, neat pass. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Akanji. Frey makes the interception. Calhanoglu. And it's Denzel Dumfries. And here's Lautaro Martinez. El Mancini. Good spell of possession this, but very little to show for it. Barella. And he goes cross-field. Dumfries tries a cross. No, that's overhit. Ndika shifted upfield. Kone played out towards the right wing. Now it's Dybala. Decent enough try.
Well, he doesn't need a second invitation, even from that range.
And here's Dumfries. Martinez. And Martinez! El And it's Dybala. Kone. Ndika. Martinez. Thuram. Oh, good spread. Dumfries with the delivery. Hermoso, gently done. And the counter is on. And it's Kone. That has been cut short. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Al-Sharawi. Oh, Red, nice interception. Driving forward. Martinez. And here's Dumfries. Played towards the other side. Sucic. Here's DiMarco. In by DiMarco. Ndika with the clearance. Dovbik. Akanji. Çalhanoğlu. Akanji. Barella. Thuram. That is a little undercooked. Cristante. Kone. Hermoso. They cross-field, changing the point of attack. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Barella. DiMarco. Barella. Akanji. Çalhanoğlu. Moved on forwards. Thuram looks to get on the end of this. Sucic. Barella. Al-Sharawi. And it's Dybala. Kone. Ndika. Zaragoza. And here's Dovbik. Dovbik, delicate ball, and it needs to be. Thuram. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Sucic. Thuram. Mancini wins the duel this time. And that's put paid to a promising move. To Martinez! Zaragoza. Ndika. Hermoso. Played out to the right. Oh, can he get onto this? Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Çalhanoğlu. Akanji. That's been drilled forward. And here's Lautaro Martinez. DiMarco. DiMarco puts them all in. DiMarco chooses to go cross-field. Lovely feet. Produces a cross. Mancini can get it clear. It's all a little short of forward momentum, lacking thrust. Mancini played over towards the opposite flank. Çalhanoğlu could move up a gear here. DiMarco, that's a delicate pass. He's had a shot! Zaragoza. Needs a bit of penetration to go with all this possession. Hermoso. Out to the right. We get a throw in. Oh, that's sweet, almost telepathic. Çalhanoğlu. Bastoni, forwards and with intent. Dumfries. And it's Dybala. And And here's Dovbyk. Dovbyk, oh, good spread. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Made into space out wide. And he's there to get it away. And he cuts out the supply. The Fry cuts it out. Calhanoglu. A throw. El-Shaarawy looking for a runner. El-Ainaoui looking to run onto it. Could be danger here. El-Ainaouy's cross. Carries far too far and out of play. Mancini. Indica. That's really well manoeuvred. Looking here to chip it through. And that has been clubbed away. Dovbyk is offering some sort of an apology there.
Ah, he made it look a bit predictable.
El-Ainaoui. El-Ainaoui. Kone. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Mancini. And it's played forward. Zaragoza chasing after it. Sucic. Bastoni, and he goes cross-field. Cristante, into Milan, heading towards the half-time break. The wind very much in their sails. Cross deflected over the goal line for a corner. Some are shouting for a corner, but the referee says goal kick. Dumfries in acres of space out wide. And it's Calhanoglu. Over to the left. Out for a throw. And he's managed to gift it back. Calhanoglu. Oh, this is a great position. And Martinez! And it's Dybala. Ball's played through. El-Shaarawy looking to get on the end of this. It's a mighty effort! That needed to be better, and he knows it.
You really could have done with engaging those crosses much higher up the pitch there. This isn't good defending.
And here's Thuram. Thuram spread out to the left. Barella. That's going to go a long way. There will be a throw-in. Dovbyk. Cross goes in there.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
Zaragoza. Dovbik, whistle's gone, that's foul.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score. And obviously, he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
There could be trouble here, but for now the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket. Dybala! Oh, it's a beauty! A finish right from the top draw! Oh, that is a bit special. This is threatening to become a really good game.
Oh, we have a very different game on our hands now, all of a sudden. This one's totally up for grabs.
Dimarco shifted upfield. That pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Well, they've seen lots of the ball. Time to go for it a bit of creativity and adventure. Played towards the front line. Cristante. Hermoso, aim forwards. Elainawi. And here's Dovbik. Dovbik! That was venomous. Akanji, gently done. Cristante. That's really well manoeuvred. Zaragoza, showing good feet. And it's Kone. Elainawi. And here's Dybala. And Dybala! Chance again? No.
They're just unrelenting, Peter. Wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
Stefan de Vrij. Çalhanoğlu. Bastoni, he's played it long. Cristante. Dybala. Hermoso. Kone. Indica. Zaragoza. Indica. Kone, Hermoso, Cristante, Mancini, Hermoso, Cristante, Zaragoza, Zaragoza. Oh, that's nice. He's got options in the box if he gets his head up. Zaragoza. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Barella. Çalhanoğlu forwards and with intent. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Cristante. They play cross-field, changing the point of attack. Zaragoza. And it's Kone. And here's Dovbik. And the shot!
I'll tell you, Peter, the keeper owes him big time there. He's lucky his mate was wide awake to that.
Now it's Dovbik. Zaragoza. Kone. Barella shifted upfield, moved on forwards. Cristante did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Zaragoza. Martinez, that's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Mancini. Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. El-Shaarawy. It's all a little short of forward momentum, lacking thrust. Cristante. Played into space. El-Shaarawy. El-Shaarawy crosses it in. Defending of the desperate variety. And it's Dybala. El-Shaarawy. Cristante. Kone. This might spell danger. Muscular approach does pay off here. Well, they can break here. He can run onto that. And here's Dovbik. Proves too strong. Akanji. Forward it goes. Out to the left it goes. Played towards the other side. Dumfries. Çalhanoğlu. And here's Lautaro Martinez. Now it's Dovbik. Now it's Dybala. Dybala played out towards the right wing. He is just caressing the ball. Played in deep. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Zaragoza. Barella. And it's played forward. DiMarco chooses to go cross-field. Dumfries, aim forwards. Can he get onto this? Can he try a shot? Ndika is there and he can get that clear. Now it's better. And the shot! Goes for half-time.
It's kind of a hard one to call, Peter, isn't it? I mean, from what we've seen so far, both sides have provided ample evidence that they can add more goals, and I'm sure their respective managers have reminded them that the next one will be pretty crucial. So it's going to be interesting to see how the teams come out for the next period.
Inter Milan hold a skinny lead after a thrilling half. Bring on the second half. It's 3-2. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half. No changes at half-time that we're aware of. Kanji can get it clear. Chance here to counter. And it's Sucic. Can he finish? Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Martinez clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Barella takes the shot! Bastoni. Oh, that's neat. Sucic. And here's Lautaro Martinez. Aimed in towards the centre. DiMarco. Crossed in again. Tries to get it clear. Barella. Played out wide. Dumfries tries across. Mancini tries to clear. DiMarco looks to the other side. Calhanoglu succumbs to the pressure. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Akanji, and it's played forward. Dybala. It's Al-Ainawi. In the end, they found themselves penned in, nowhere to go. Dumfries looking to run onto it. But that is good defending. It's been repelled. Kone, Ndika, Zaragoza, Kone, Zaragoza, Kone, Al-Ainawi, Cristante, Mancini, gently done. El-Shaarawy. Now it's El-Shaarawy. What about this cross? And out it comes again. Al-Ainawi. So what can they make of this? Nice physical challenge. Cristante. Played out to the right. And that was nowhere near his best. DiMarco, Stefan de Vrij, Calhanoglu, ball is over the line. Cristante, and here's Kone. Oh, sweet feet. Kone, now here's the delivery. Sucic. Cleared without complication. Now it's Thuram. El-Shaarawy. And here's Dovbyk. Oh, lovely feet. He is such a good mover. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Barella. Oh, can he get onto this? Well timed, excellent interception. And it's Dybala. And here's Dovbyk. Kone played out to the left flank. Hit into the middle. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Martinez. Indica. Hermoso. Mancini. Akanji. Barella. Akanji. Sucic. Çalhanoğlu forwards and with intent. Dumfries. And that was very necessary. Dimarco played over towards the opposite flank. Çalhanoğlu. Oh, that's well done, really robust. Stefan de Vrij. Barella. That's really well manoeuvred. Kone. El Ainawi. Al-Sharawi. Mancini. Al-Sharawi is onto it in a flash. Kone. And here's Dovbik. Al-Sharawi. And the shot! It's a goal! They have done it! They have their equaliser! Complete awareness. He understood what was needed and he executed it smoothly.
And his manager couldn't look happier. That's the kind of interplay they've been working on in training, and it came up beautifully.
We have ourselves a real game here.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Moved on forwards.
Martinez really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Martinez! A real chance and a real let-off. Hermoso. Mancini shifted upfield. And it's played forward. Now that's well seen too. Dimarco. And he goes cross-field. And it's Çalhanoğlu. Barella. Sucic. Dybala did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Dumfries. And here's Lautaro Martinez. Zaragoza. Cristante forwards and with intent. Dimarco. Çalhanoğlu. Barella. Çalhanoğlu. And played cross-field, changing the point of attack. And it's Barella. Clipped into space. And he's there to clear it. Dumfries. And here's Thuram. Thuram! That comes as a mighty relief. Elainawi. Mancini, aim forwards. Noticeable change in the approach to defending here. Much more in your face.
Well, he's profited handsomely already in this match, and at last their sense of danger has brought them to a possible solution.
And that has been cleared. Mancini. Elainawi. That's good play. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Stefan de Vrij. And that's really well manoeuvred. Little doubt, that is a foul. Kone, over to the left. He's there to get rid. DiMarco. It's a throw-in. El-Shaarawy. And it's El-Shaarawy. It's run loose here. Applies the finish! Sučić have it back and can go again. The ball is loose and the chase is on. That is lovely. Elainawi. Moved on forwards. Thuram. He's found a way through. Thuram, gently done. Mancini.
Really just need to be careful for the next 10 minutes or so, deal with the pressure and come again.
And Dybala! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Dybala goes short. And here's the chance to counter. DiMarco. Moved on forwards. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Çalhanoğlu. Sučić. Dumfries. Sučić. Çalhanoğlu. And here's Dumfries. And it's Sučić. Dumfries. Dumfries with the delivery. Elainawi. Zaragoza shifted upfield. Dovbyk. Dybala. Dovbyk concedes a free kick for that. Hoisted upfield by the keeper. DiMarco. Barella. Sučić. Barella spread out to the left. Çalhanoğlu. Sucic. He's in, surely! No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Zaragoza. That's a foul. Simple decision for the referee. And it's Al-Sharawi. That defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. Bastoni. Quality ball. And Musso makes the interception. Mancini. El Ainawi. Al-Sharawi. Cristante. Looking to break at pace. And here's Lautaro Martinez. Thuram chips it through. Ndika gets rid without sophistication. Martinez. The movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Now it's Dybala. Barella. Akanji. Çalhanoğlu. Sucic. Çalhanoğlu forwards and with intent. Now it's Dovbik. Tries a measured ball. It's really well cleared. Akanji. Stefan de Vrij. Up towards the front line. Calmly anticipates. That's the throw. And it's Sucic. Zaragoza attempts a clearance. Martinez! Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing.
Martinez is clearly kicking himself here. He knew that was a great opportunity.
Mancini, aim forwards. Kone. Hermoso. Zaragoza. Kone. El Ainawi. And it's played forward. Al-Sharawi is sporting a guilty look after that.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
That's really well manoeuvred. Ndika. Kone. Crunching tackle. Martinez does have his name on the score sheet, of course. And here's Thuram. Out to the left it goes. Now it's DiMarco. Hermoso tries to clear. That has been knocked clear. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. The chances keep on coming. They're awarded another corner. They've played it short. Now it's Çalhanoğlu. Kone with the clearance. Dovbik. And he's running through. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Barella shifted upfield, over to the left. Dimarco, in by Dimarco. Cristante can get it clear. Now it's Dovbik. Nice physical challenge. Dumfries. Çalhanoğlu. Dumfries. Sučić. It's Denzel Dumfries. Nice touch. Sučić. Çalhanoğlu. That's pretty clear. It is a foul. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning. True beauty of a goal, so brilliantly executed. So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? Mancini. El Ainaoui. Akanji. Çalhanoğlu. Dumfries came forwards. That has been cut short. Cristante. Ndika. Zaragoza. Dovbik. He's gone backward here.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Dybala. Thuram. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Played towards the other side. And claimed it back swiftly. Zaragoza gets across to intercept that. Amoso. El Ainaoui. El Shaarawy. El Ainaoui. And it's Dybala. Decent chance! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Dovbik actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
And that's definitely not his best. Fright getting this one clear. Lovely, now then, shapes to shoot! Decent hit and on target. Dumfries. Gently done. Dumfries. Oh, he's found support out wide. Ball's over the line, and it is a corner. Charanolu plays it short. Now this could be a chance. Oh, he's chipped him right on the cusp of the penalty area. No, the referee's judged that the offence took place outside the area. And no surprise, that's a booking.
Yeah, well, they were exposed and vulnerable, and he knew he had to do something to prevent a goal now.
Charanolu! For a goal! He's got himself an absolute peach. That was beautiful. Something close to genius. 2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done. Into Milan, go 2 up and into a position of real strength.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Proves too strong. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Villa deals with that nice and simple. Al-Sharawi. El-Ainawi. And here's Tovbik. Bastoni. Well, that's surely a foul. Free kick. He's pulled off a fine save.
Absolutely terrific reflexes, goalkeeping at its very best.
Barella. Sucic. Barella forwards and with intent. Oh, easy pickings there. Mosso, oh, good spread. Bastoni. Akanji. Barella. Stefan de Vrij. Akanji goes forward. Calhanoglu. Spread out to the left. DiMarco. Ndika clears it away. Zaragoza. And it's played forward. Oh, nicely intercepted. Akanji. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Stefan de Vrij. Oh, Red, nice interception. Moved on forwards. And now the breakaway. And it's DiMarco. He's in plenty of space here. Also, Dybala out to the right. forwards. Dybala. Alainawi. Oh, it's come loose. Oh, they could be caught out here. And that has been cleared. And a shot! Chalanolu gets good distance on it.
I think that's great defending. He just made sure he was in the right place to block it. I bet you the keeper's very relieved.
Zaragoza. Lovely bit of skill. Up he goes! And in he goes again. He's got away with one there. Great defending, strong and determined. Kone. Zaragoza. Kone. Oh, that is asking for trouble. Zaragoza. And it's real chance! Goal at his mercy, and somehow he's missed it.
It's a good effort. You can sense that they're upping the gears. This needs to be sustained now.
Bastoni. That's really well manoeuvred. So here comes the substitution.
Well, to wait until now to make this change seems a bit baffling. He's expecting the miraculous to turn this around from here.
Dumfries. Calhanoglu. Mancini. Cristante. Indica. Zaragoza. Kone. Zaragoza. Zaragoza on a charge down the left. Oh, such a clever touch. Martinez absolutely focused then on the defensive side of his game.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
Now, who's going to be first to this? It's run loose here. Do have a chance to counter here. Cristante did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Kone. Chalanolu does really well to win the ball there. Stefan de Vrij. Dumfries. And it's played forward. Zaragoza. Cristante. Cristante forwards and with intent. Dumfries. Calhanoglu shifted upfield. Al-Sharawi. Hermoso. Kone. Dovbik. Kone. Zaragoza. Out to the left it goes. Pellegrini. Kone. Cristante. Kone. Knocks it out wide. Martinez proving a very adept defender. It was a good tackle too.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
Indica. Zaragoza. Kone. Cristante. Kone. Zaragoza. Barella. Calhanoglu. DiMarco. It's an inviting looking ball, that. Barella. Martinez. And here's Lautaro Martinez. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Now it's Dybala. Bastoni. Calhanoglu. Sucic. And here's Dumfries. Nice control. And he's got his... A header! And that would have been game, set and match.
DiMarco clearly furious with himself there. They looked for all the world like they were going to go 3-up.
There's going to be another change here. Pellegrini. Mancini, gently done. Pellegrini. Oh, can he get onto this? And it's DiMarco. Well, that is not the best ball. And he offers an apologetic look.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Steered out wide, but he won't reach that one. Cristante. El-Shaarawy. Cristante shifted upfield. DiMarco succumbs to the pressure. Mancini forwards and with intent. Bastoni. Calhanoglu. Stefan de Vrij. Bastoni. Barella. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Cristante. Milan. That's really well manoeuvred. Oh, nice touch. Looking for a decent ball in. Milan. And here's Pavlik. Is there any support? He might not need it. Dumfries. Now, what about a counter-attack? And here's Lautaro Martinez. Martinez heading out towards the right wing. Hermoso aimed forwards. Moved on forwards. Mancini played up towards the front line. Barella. DiMarco. Barella. Akanji. Bastoni, Çalhanoğlu, long ball upfield. And the pass is intercepted. Dybala, Milan, Kone. And here's Dovbyk. Dovbyk, over to the left, delivered with swing. DiMarco gets it clear. Now it's Pellegrini. And the cross comes in. Bastoni can get it clear. Dumfries. Çalhanoğlu. Lofted upfield. He's onto it in a flash. He's offering some sort of an apology there.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
And here's Kone. Kone's cross. Plays it through. El Shaarawy played back in. Cristante. And it's Kone. That's good play. Not the worst cross in the world, but still room for improvement. El Shaarawy. Oh, sweet feet. And he thumps it clear. Referee's given a throw. Hermoso. El Shaarawy. Mancini. Hermoso. Cristante. Kone. And here's Dovbyk. He's had a shot! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Dovbyk really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Cleared away. Milan, purring through the gears. He is just caressing the ball. Last chance, perhaps. Very nicely done. Barella. That is a great pick out. Mancini, Pellegrini, and it's played forward. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. DiMarco. Stefan de Vrij. Bastoni. Çalhanoğlu. Stefan de Vrij. De Vrij played out to the left flank. Can he deliver? That is lovely. And reclaimed it in a trice. Pinged towards the front line. And it's DiMarco. DiMarco chooses to go cross-field. Danger averted for now. Cristante. Indica. Milan. Kone. Milan. Indica. Barella. Bastoni. Bastoni shifted upfield. Now then, the ball's come loose. And here's Dovbik. Tries a deft little ball. Kanji gets it clear. Kone. Cristante. Takes a shot. Oh, that's a waste. Çalhanoğlu. Bastoni. Stefan de Vrij. That could spell trouble. Bastoni, aim forwards. Martinez gets flagged offside. Spread out to the left. Now it's DiMarco, and he's managed to get free. DiMarco puts the ball in. Goes for a shot! He's done very well to get to that.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
With the short one. So who's he picking out? Dumfries. That's a nicely weighted pass. Cristante attempts a clearance. And that has been cleared. And it's Sučić. In by DiMarco. That has been knocked clear. Milan. Now it's Dovbik. Now it's Dovbik. Dovbik tries to think it through. Dumfries. That's an imaginative pass. Hermoso cuts out the pass. Kone. Pellegrini, Mancini, Pellegrini, that's really well manoeuvred. DiMarco. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. It's a super show all round, both sides doing their best to impose themselves, but one evidently, undeniably better equipped than the other. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Inter, well, I think what was key, Peter, in this game was how the team set the right tone. Once they went ahead, that was pretty much that. It was a cruise to the final whistle.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening.